All right, guys. Already, I know this was a mistake. Welcome back to the Struggle with Candice Thompson. I'm Candice Thompson, and I'm so regretting this choice to have this guest on today. To my loyal listeners, thank you for coming back, and to my new fans and followers, thank you for joining the Struggles of Podcast, where I have my friends come on and we talk about things we're struggling with. But since we're all in quarantine right now, we're doing the quarantine files, and we are just trying to make people laugh and have a good time since we're all trapped in our houses and there's a pandemic and a race war happening all at the same time. Who knew? So if you have not subscribed to the podcast, make sure you do that. We're on all podcast platforms. I'm also posting the videos now on my personal YouTube, which I'll post the link for that when these go up. And Colino. So many distractions.
Yeah.
That's Mal's kid in the background. He just had a 1-year birthday, Colino.
Yeah.
You can follow him.
He's unhappy with the applesauce service right now.
Just don't tip. That's how.
Yeah.
Let him know. You don't have to get loud. Just don't tip.
Yeah.
Where can people find Colino on social media, Mel?
He's on social media at Colino Bambino, spelled how it sounds. Hey, everybody. I'm the co-host of the podcast while we're in quarantine.
Yeah.
My name is Mal, and unfortunately for some of you, I'm back. Malhall.com, Malhall TV on YouTube. Candice, who's the guest today?
Oh, the guest today, I don't know if you can see him. He's blending in with his comforter. And I'm so happy that he took the time to get out of bed today to do the podcast. It's the hilarious Jamar Neighbors.
Hi, guys. It's me, Jamar Neighbors.
That's his forearm?
Yeah. I thank you for letting me come do this podcast, you know?
I know. I see that you're taking it very seriously, and you're being very professional right now.
Dude.
To be fair to Jamar, most podcasts are just audio. You know, so. But this is video. Jamar.
I just got up.
Jamar, if you're masturbating, this is going to end very badly.
I was about to. I was looking at the clock, and I was like, this should start at 1, huh?
Time I got. How much time I got. Jamar, where can people find you on social media?
In Crystal Lear basement. With a wig on. And white face. Saying more electricity on my nipples, please, Mr. D'Elia.
Oh my God.
I like how he went from just like dabbling in teen girls to electroshock torture. And he has a dungeon in his basement.
Layer.
In Jamar's head, that makes perfect sense. What's your social media, Jamar?
At Jamar Neighbors.
Is
at
it?
Jamar, yeah, at Jamar_Neighbors on Instagram and Twitter.
It's not okay. First of all, I would like to say that I'm broadcasting from my home in Cincinnati. I'm not in LA, so this is the first. If you're wondering why my background looks different, this is my parents' house. Shout out to Joyce and Howard.
That shit is big.
This is the den. This is where my dad sets up shop, and I don't know what he does on his computer. I don't know what he does on his computer because my parents just found out how to work volume the other day.
Volume?
I tell you that my mom has an iPad. She's probably listening outside. Being like, Candice. We gave her an iPad years ago. Probably like 6. It was like, I think maybe the first version of the iPad or second maybe. And then we got my nephew one as well. My mom came to us a year after she had it and said, how come Alex's iPad has volume and mine doesn't?
Like you got her iPad with no sound, but Alex splurged for the sound package.
Correct. The first edition didn't have sound. And then that was one of the adjustments they made. They got a few complaints from Apple users, and they were like, we would kick this up a notch. Is just a little. If I could hear stuff, because I can see stuff, if I could hear stuff with it, they go hand in hand. That'd be great. So then it took the second version for them to be like,
you should have been like, you don't need to hear.
you over 60. You don't need to hear nothing.
You've heard enough.
Jesus Christ! Are you guys into elderly abuse like me?
You mean
into
it like doing it or watching it? Like
both.
No.
Do you guys watch elderly abuse porn?
Wow.
Wait, is that really a thing?
Yeah, it's when you kick an old bitch down the stairs, and then after she get all the way to the bottom, you go, fuck her. You don't think it could be hot, but it ain't nothing hotter than a bleeding ass old lady taking the pipe.
What's sad is that I don't know if this is I can't tell if he's kidding or if this actually exists, because people are so demented that somebody would get off to that. So I can't even. I don't know if you're kidding right now or if that's a real thing.
Elderly abuse porn.
I want no part of that.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Jamar, I want to say that I have been enjoying, and I don't know, Mal, you're not on Twitter too much, right? Like at all?
No, it's my least favorite social media.
Twitter's awful. It
it's
used
dark
to
and
be.
depressing.
Yeah, it used to be good.
Yeah, but it's too dark, too depressing. I get bummed out when I'm on Twitter for too long.
Well, yeah, because we talked about this before, but Twitter used to be fun. Twitter used to be for comics, and now it's for the PC police. So that's where everyone's getting canceled and everyone's angry. And can I tell you that I got more followers?
Is the ringleader.
No, I'm not. I did get more followers though, because with this Dalia stuff that's been happening, I did a tweet about my emotional abuse that I suffered when I was dating a male comic, and I got more followers from that tweet than any joke I've told on Twitter, which lets you know the climate of Twitter. It's sad. Yeah. They just want to hear. You're just here for pain and it's fake solidarity. Because I don't think a lot of these people. I think a lot of these people pretend to be they're oh, I want to hear these stories because I too have suffered something like that. But I don't think people are honest or genuine on that app. I think it's just fluff. So,
I've fluffed a few rape yeah.
What?
I posted some fake.
Know what you're trying to say? But I know it's awful.
I've posted some fake emotional abuse stories, and nigga got me 3,000 followers.
See?
And then I posted my Amazon special.
And that is what I'm talking about.
That's how
you could post fake stuff up there. Oh no, I just need Corona. And that Rona. And nobody knows, and you don't know what anybody's intentions are up there. So it's just they're just flat out lying. So I wanted to point out Jamar, he was on Twitter and went under Trump's name. He changed his profile to Trump and pretended to be tweeting at Donald Trump, and it was one of the funniest. That, and also he who else did you do it with? You just did it. You pretended to be a white woman.
Kylie Jenner. Emily Heller.
You pretended to be Emily. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't know that was a real person's name.
It wasn't Emily Heller. I don't think it was.
Yes, it was.
Are you sure?
I did. Yep, positive. Because Drew Michael told me to do it. And and I did it because I didn't think it was a real person. I don't know who Emily Heller is.
She's a writer. She's a comic, but she also writes for TV.
Oh, I was tweeting some wild shit up on her shit.
He went and put a profile of some blonde white lady and then just started tweeting a bunch of Me Too stuff about Jamar. Is someone vacuuming?
The garbage truck just went by it.
Yeah, so he went up there and started posting a bunch of like, Jamar Neighbors likes it in the butt.
I'm not saying cheated. I don't like it in the butt. I like ass play.
What kind of stuff were you saying as Trump?
Oh.
Probably just some regular shit I would tweet. Well, what I would say shit like, and I'm still building the fucking wall. Like, because people would get so people really thought that I was Trump, so like you really got to like feel what Trump is like really goes through and shit. And you're like, dude, this nigga's job is hard. I kind of felt bad for Trump a little bit, especially when Trump tweeted I don't know what else. I don't know what I tweeted as that nigga.
Elderly porn rules.
I mean, he was tweeting stuff that was that ridiculous, but I like that in his foolishness, Jamar is pointing out like how people just get angry about nothing. Like it's someone on one end just telling a joke, and it's like people are just enraged and they don't have any idea. It's not even real. It's not even, and people are wasting all their energy and time being like, and
people don't even take time. People don't even take time to like read. Right? Because it's like my real name is next to Donald Trump's name.
Right.
So it's like you could really be like, oh, this isn't his. But
Right.
people just saw Donald Trump and there was like, oh, stimulus check.
Did people really say you owe me a stimulus check?
No, but I'm just saying, like, nigga. My favorite is Kylie Jenner. I did Kylie Jenner's name, and because you know how Forbes was like she's not a billionaire, really.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I went under Kylie Jenner's name, and I was like, let's just keep it real. I look better, and I have more money than all of you, right? And then I only have $800,400,372. And then people were like, it doesn't matter how much money you have, Kylie. It doesn't matter because you're still a bad person. And then I put everybody drop y'all cash app, right? All these motherfuckers start dropping their cash app, right? And then I was like, oh, now Kylie Jenner is your friend.
Right.
And then people was posting pictures of their kids and shit, talking about I'm a single mother of two. My father, so-and-so left. And then I was at the like tough nuts. Like
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no. So basically so I know that Jamar, you don't really care to be all serious on social media, but some people, especially now during this time where it's like so much happening in politics and whatever, that people feel like it is kind of their responsibility to speak out and like be a part of the movement, where it's very refreshing that you don't feel that need at all.
It's like, nigga, that's not why I got on this app. Let me try this joke.
Yeah.
It's like in the most inappropriate time. It's like the world is burning, and Jamar's like, my buddy.
I'm gonna work this 5.
But no, I do respect that, and
you have to respect it because he's being honest and true to himself instead of what everybody else or most people on the app are doing, which is hiding behind an avatar with no picture and just saying the most hateful shit that they can, or trying to come off holier than thou, and it's
No, I agree.
But if I ever do feel that way or feel a need to do that, then I'll do that. But
you won't.
I'm like, nigga, for the most part, if somebody said, people always talk about being politically like correct, like for comics and shit. And I was like, nigga, I'm not a politician.
Right.
You know? I'm gonna
Right.
get me something. Like,
Please, no, but seriously. So I want to talk about that just for a second because a lot of people do, and it's so bizarre. Like a lot of people do feel certain ways if like you're not following what other people are doing, which I hate. It's like, can I just do me? Like I'm not tweeting. We're just different. Like everyone is different. Like I'm not just tweeting jokes right now because I don't even feel like funny at the moment. Like I'll have moments where I feel funny, but sometimes there's just a sadness that I feel. Thank you, Jam Jam. Thanks, Jam Jam. But a lot of the time I don't feel funny, especially with what's going on and being trapped in my house. Like it's hard for me. I have to get motivated and, you know, get to that point where I feel like, oh, I can just be on Twitter right now, just flinging these jokes and coming from a genuine place. So, but people do feel a certain type of way about people that are ignoring what's happening in the world. And I am like, just because you feel that way doesn't mean it's not like I don't care. It's not that I don't. People just assume because you're not tweeting that you don't care. And I'm like, the two are not.
No. It's like I care. I just don't give a fuck.
Please explain that further, Jamar. Please expound on that.
It just is what it is. It is what it sounds like. I care. I just don't give a fuck. I'm just like, because it's like right now, what's hot right now is like the motherfucking Me Too shit, right? It's like this was hot around the same time last year. I'm like, oh, this is just an annual thing.
Yes.
You know, it's like Chinese New Year. It's like
Gay Pride, Gay Pride,
like,
and Me Too. That's June.
And I'm like, I'm not celebrating that shit. I'm like,
well, I don't think we're celebrating it.
I mean, by participating a little bit, we are.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing is that I understand both sides. I understand the need for people to be like, I don't want to participate in this, but at the same time, I understand the need for people who, because if none of us participated, literally nothing would change.
Right.
And you about to say something?
No, I feel that because and also like in a way even as much as I try to ignore that shit, in a way that shit kind of suck you in. Cause if you don't if you ain't tweeting about it and shit like that, somebody gonna text you about what's going on. It's like, nigga,
you can't escape it.
I'm fishing in Lake Havasu right now, my nigga. There's no reception up here. How did this text message even get here? Like,
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, the feed is definitely flooded right now with a lot of positive messages, but I'm also noticing that, I mean, Americans are going to be Americans. And like what Jamar said, it's like, that's hot for a second. And right now, people are already in my feed taking selfies and pictures of their food again. And like, you know, it's
like they moved on.
Flash in the pan, quick fry, and then fucking on to the next thing.
Now they're back to making their sourdough bread in their kitchen.
Yeah.
Now, nigga, last week small businesses was getting destroyed. And now back to these hoes in bikinis. Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Last week it was the looting, and now it's you know.
And people are like, and it's so funny because people are posting on their Instagram. They're like, I see a lot of timelines going back to normal. And this and this and that, you know, and I was just like, good. I was like, I'm like, you know what the problem is? You fags ain't got no stamina. That's the problem. Like, you got tired of it. Just say it. We was all tired of it.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, like, but that's also an American thing. It's like, we've never dealt with like truly tough times, our generation, like young people. And so we get bored with everything. We're like the ADD generation where it's like, oh man, I can't do this for that long. Hence people walking around, hence our Corona curve going back the fuck up. When it's like, all it takes to stop the spread is wearing masks. But no, I'm bored of wearing a mask. My mask doesn't look cute.
Don't get you started on the mask.
No, don't get Jamar started on the mask. You guys are not going to agree on the masks.
Bro. It's the
Nah, don't get me
easiest thing
started
to
on
do,
these
man.
fucking masks.
I know, Jamar, you guys are gonna butt heads on the masks.
Oh,
It's
what?
yeah, look, here's the thing is that I feel like there's too much when it comes to Corona, there's too much we don't know what's going on for anybody to believe anything. So I'm not mad at anybody right now. I'm not mad at people who are like, I don't trust masks, because I understand. They've been lying to us. And I know you're shaking your head, but I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying I understand, because they've been lying to us from jump, and none of the shit they've been saying is actually what's happening. So I understand it, but I am continuing to wear my mask for sure. And everybody should continue to wear the mask because of the possibility that it could potentially cut down on the coronavirus. But at the same time, is it really doing it? I don't know. They're not telling us. I don't know. I feel like Trump's fake news all the time.
Okay.
That is me. That is what I feel right now.
Now,
What, Jamar?
I had a conversation with it's so fucking funny, right? These masks, right? They're like it's to reduce the spread of the virus. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Reduce isn't a fucking cure. You gonna catch that shit anyway. So what the fuck is the point of like wearing the goddamn mask? To keep you safe, to keep me safe. You gonna catch it anyway.
If it doesn't go away, we're all gonna catch it.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I understand it, it's to protect the people whose immune system can't take it.
Of
which
course,
is
that's
like
what.
older people.
Then should those people really be alive anyway? What the fuck are you doing on Earth with a weak ass immune system? Like, what? How'd you even get here? How'd you even survive the elements of birth? You know, like, how'd you survive the fucking chicken pox with a weak ass immune system?
Some people's system is strong enough for some things and not strong enough for others. You know what I mean? There are people that could die. There are people that could die if they have a fucking piece of pasta in their food and they don't know about it. You know what I mean? It's like,
of course.
It's like,
maybe this is God telling you this is your stop, baby.
I don't know. The mask just seems like such an easy thing to do until there's a vaccine.
But, of course, but just know that Fauci was on TV about a month ago saying we don't need to wear masks. So understand that we have people who we've been trusting telling us this is what we need to do, backtracking on their words consistently.
And
do I trust the cases that are coming out right now? Absolutely not. Will I trust the vaccine when it comes out? Absolutely not.
And I can't see these pretty hoes' faces. And they can't see my smile.
Hilarious.
Yeah. These niggas, man, I mean, it's so many. Okay, did you do the Google thing?
Oh, yeah. That thing I sent you? Yeah, what was up with that, Mal?
Mal, hold on. What happened?
Wait, Jamar, explain what it was to the listeners so they know what we're talking about.
So if you go to Google and you type in any 3-digit number and new cases, different articles of
those cases. Different articles with that specific number of cases will pop up every time.
Yeah.
So it's like they found like an algorithm or some shit to make you. It's all propaganda.
As far as the cases, I'll say this. Here's what I say. I think yes, it is real. For the people who think coronavirus is not real, that is empirically wrong, because I know people.
It is real.
It is real. So I know people that have had it. I know people who have died from it. So like I know that it is real. What I don't believe is what they're telling us about it. I think they know more than they're telling us. I also feel like they have a need to because now 80% or whatever the population is unemployed and they have no means of sustaining us or helping us with that. I feel like they need to justify everybody losing their jobs. So they're making it seem worse than what it really is. And again, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I do not trust these numbers. I do not trust how our medicine is for profit in this country as these other countries. Look at the cases. There was a chart that they put on the Daily Show the other night. They showed the people that have universal health care, all the countries that have universal health care versus the United States. Their cases were down here. We were the only country that was up here. And I do not think that is a coincidence. I think number one, when people don't have access to healthcare, they are going to be more immunocompromised and more susceptible to getting corona for sure. So I think that's why our cases are up. But I also believe that they are trying to profit from this. And if they're scaring people by making making people think that it's worse than what it is by increasing the numbers when they're really not that high. First, do I think America would do that? Absolutely. Are you fucking kidding? Get the fuck out of here. They've just been lying to us about everything from jump. So like,
America is so evil.
They're so evil. But I'm like, do I think that they even may have created this and released it? Absolutely. I'm open to everything right now because I don't trust these motherfuckers in charge. I don't.
I tweeted this earlier, but I think they putting COVID in the mask that we be buying. And you breathing that. So you be breathing that shit in, nigga. You still getting sick wearing the mask because they put that shit in there. That's why they donate. That's why they so willing to donate all these masks to us. And the masks are coming from China.
Oh, some of them are. Can I tell you that I ordered some latex gloves and they came from China?
Nigga, did I just kill a conspiracy theory right now? I just rocked that shit. I ain't even good at shit like that. I don't know, nigga. But what do I know, man? You know?
None of us know anything.
I got public school education.
Yeah, Jamar went to LA Unified, so.
Where you from, Mal?
Mal?
Mal. Sorry.
LA Unified. LA Unified.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
I'm from San Diego.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay,
yeah.
Cool. Cool.
I don't know. I think just for me right now, I'm erring on the side of being overly cautious just because of the
you have a family.
And so it's like I don't trust all the information either because all of it is different, but I'm just erring on the side of whatever seems like the safest thing to do, regardless of how ridiculous or inconvenient it is, just because I feel like that's the dad move that I have to make.
Do your motherfucking thing, man. You got babies and shit, man. You probably got grandmas around you, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like, yeah, bro, keep it as safe as fucking possible. And some people I know are like hypochondria. Some people got like OCD, like all that shit. Yeah. So I get those people. I mean, but you know, like.
But it's in the mask, nigga. It's in the mask.
It's in the mask.
The government just has a guy that sprinkles COVID in all the masks.
Just fucking salt bail.
Shit.
Well, Jamar, you've never been one to follow any rules by any means. So anyone listening to this should not be surprised or shocked and again, Jamar's not going out there with no mask on. We've hung out and you're one of the 2 people that I've seen like during Corona. So you always do wear your mask, but he begrudgingly puts it on.
Yeah. I mean, I got to go to these liquor stores. I'm still a nigga, you know? You know? Nigga, I hate them. You know why? I think me and Ken was talking about this the other day. Ain't it crazy how like you got like this whole these protests going on, right? And what are they saying? What's the mantra? I can't breathe. And now I'm wearing a mask saying I can't breathe, and I literally can't breathe in this mask. Yeah. It's like what? It's like I don't know, man. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but shit, man.
Yeah. No, it is very interesting though. Like that is the parallel between that and what is happening, how we have to wear these masks and we literally can't breathe. Mm-hmm. So it's just very interesting, these two happening at the same time. I don't know what to think about that. But I did watch. It would look like. I think it was from Orange County. One of the. I don't know. It was a clip, so I don't know what her name was or what her job is. But it was a woman speaking out about the mask, people wearing the masks, and how there were a couple of people who died because they couldn't breathe because of the mask on. Like
those people are just stupid. If you can't breathe, pull the fucking mask off and live. If you suffocate yourself with a mask, you deserve to be dead. I'm sorry.
Along with the people.
Fuck are you talking about?
Like, why? Like,
my auntie died of a mask, but she deserved to die. I'm sorry. What the? You know how easy it was to save her life? This, right there. I'm saved. Oh, I'm dying. Oh, I'm saved.
Take the mask off, man. Come up for air, nigga. Come up for air.
Oh my God.
Hey, Candace, can I ask you a question?
Yes, Jamar.
Would you how long you been doing stand up?
Oh God, I started in 2007, but I did also like take a year and a half off. So I guess it'll be kind of like almost 12 years.
Oh, okay. But okay. Did you ever fuck Joey Coco Diaz for a belly room spot? And be honest, because you got faithful followers who I did.
Well, the only person that knew about this was my therapist until now. No, I did not. Also, for people who don't know what that reference is, so there's a comic, after all this Chris D'Elia stuff came out about him being sexually inappropriate with underage girls.
Who is my friend.
Chris D'Elia, I mean, I work with him. I'm not going to say he's my friend. I mean, we've never hung out or anything. Some podcast clips started resurfacing of like people, men, because all these stories started coming forward, and we're talking now, the conversation is the masculine toxicity that happens in the comedy world. And so a clip surfaced from Rogan's podcast years ago. This is like 10 years ago, I think. And it's Joey Diaz, who is beloved by so many people, has a huge following. Anyway, he was on the podcast saying how he wouldn't book female comics in the belly room unless they perform fellatio.
Mm-hmm. and this is 10 years ago when Joey Coco Diaz was fine. You know?
And we're all laughing because we know what he looks like. And if you're not laughing right now, I suggest that you Google Joey Coco Diaz.
Shit, that's funny as hell.
That's hilarious.
Well, he's had a lot of people come to his defense, and they're just basically saying that's not even a true story. It was exaggerated. He was telling it for comedic purposes, and it's barely true. Part of it's true, part of it's not. But I think more so the problem with it was also just the responses from Rogan and Redband, who were just laughing at him telling the story, and also just perpetuating the notion that, and the disrespect of women, just like you can talk about us like this so terribly, and it's just accepted, and no one comes to our defense. So that's what that.
Well, is. I think the real problem is female comics just being so damn fine. Oh, they getting finer and finer and finer. Oh.
You know, Jamar, I have heard a lot of things, but female comics being fine is not one of those stereotypes that we normally hear about. It's
LA female comics are fine because a lot of you guys are actresses. Not you. You're the GOAT, but like most, they're like anyway.
Yeah, no,
Hi, Mile.
There are a lot of actresses that are just trying to do stand-up to help their acting.
Well, yeah, it's not just actresses, it's actors, period. Yeah, they're just out here. And I think a lot of them actually came from like that background of acting, and then their manager, they weren't booking stuff, and their manager was like, try stand up, as if it's easy, as if it's like, it's like, oh, I'm not booking any gigs now. Let me go try to be a doctor real quick. Like you have to train and you have to practice. Like you got to hit these. Like it's not just. It's so disrespectful. So disrespectful.
That's what the doctors who killed Kanye mama did.
Wait, do you think there's a conspiracy with that?
Man, so what she went out there to Brazil to go get her titties done, right? This
Wait,
is what happened.
Kidneys.
Her titties done.
Oh, her titties. I was like, what? That's not plastic surgery. Her kidneys?
Yeah, right. That's what happened, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was liposuction.
I thought it was in LA though.
Nah, this happened in Brazil.
Okay.
Mal, did you ever play Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Every time I think about Brazil, I always think about Blanca.
Yeah.
That's what I think about Brazil. And I'm like, ooh, nigga, they be tripping out there.
When someone mentions Brazil, Jamar thinks of Blanca and Kanye West's mom dying.
Blanca lighting up on electricity and Kanye's mom.
Like, ooh, ain't it ratchet out there?
Brazil's not safe, man. They got electricity people down there.
Oh, wait, finish the Kanye thing.
I just really want to say those sentences.
Oh, well, never mind then. So, but
I just want to say, ain't that where Kanye West's mama went to go get her titties done?
Oh. Maybe. I don't know if it was Brazil, but I do know he lost his mind after she died. He's never been the same.
I mean, I get it. I mean,
of course.
I say a lot of shit about my mom, but I think that I would go a little weird if I.
And she ain't even raised you.
Huh? I know, man, but that's my bitch.
Your mom.
That's my girl.
I wanted to. What are you looking at, Mel?
I'm looking up the Donda West thing where she.
Are you looking up Joey Coco Diaz?
What's
booty
Donda?
It was in LA where she died.
Oh, it was?
Jamar, you out here spreading fake news, more fake news.
Jamar just wanted to talk about Blanca.
Yeah, you could have just brought up Blanca anyway. You didn't have to.
I've been on Twitter way too long.
Oh, wait. So speaking of Kanye, speaking of Donda, well, not Donda, but it is a good transition to talk about Kanye. So did you hear that Kanye is going to he's partnering with The Gap for his clothing line?
No.
Oh, that's cool.
He's got a 10-year, I guess, deal with The Gap, which I found interesting. So I was like, The Gap is so basic and vanilla and boring, and Kanye is so not any of those things that I just said.
He turned Adidas into a company that is making serious money now. Maybe he's trying to do the same thing with The Gap.
Well, why would you want to help The Gap?
I mean, because it's almost like they're like a blank canvas.
Yeah.
What?
They're a blank canvas.
Yeah, and if you look at Kanye's clothes, it's just like it fits like The Gap clothes anyway. Kanye,
I can see that.
It's just huge, baggy, boxy things. It's like cool, The Gap.
No, I mean, I don't know. I can't see it. I feel like his stuff's a little bit too edgy for what The Gap, what their reputation is.
It's not that he's gonna put his clothes in there. He's gonna
create a line for them.
Yeah.
Oh, so like just like Kanye inspired Gap clothes.
Yeah.
I still am not interested in that. Like anything that's got The Gap attached to it, I feel like that's gonna turn. I don't know. Like I don't want to.
I got a Gap.
Yes, you do.
I
got a thigh gap. No, I don't. No, I don't. I have no gap in my thighs whatsoever.
Candice doesn't fuck with The Gap. Banana Republic only.
No, I don't. Do you fuck with The Gap still?
No.
Yeah. No.
I will really.
No, it doesn't even like it's not even on my radar when I think about. It's just I feel like that was such a '90s pushing like early aughts time for The Gap, but I feel like their time has passed.
I mean, it's a good money move, though, if you think about it. The Gap is clothing that most Americans can afford.
Yeah.
It's in every mall in America. And so if he's looking at how could I get as much of my clothes out or my name out as possible, it's not like a bad idea.
Right. Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
White kids are going to buy all of his clothes, and he's going to make a ton of money.
Do you believe in this, Jamar?
Yeah, for sure. For
All
sure.
right. All right. I'm just gonna see what happens. I don't believe in it.
Oh,
But we'll see.
Gucci Mane is about to partner with Gucci. Did you know that?
You see the
true.
silence.
It's true.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Nobody believes you, Jamar.
My nigga, it's true.
Okay, no, I believe you. But okay.
Why? Cause I said my nigga?
No, no, just because it sounds too obvious.
Yeah. He just posted it like the other day. I was like, that's tight. I mean, I've never bought anything Gucci regardless. I have always wanted a Gucci belt.
You don't strike me as the Gucci type person. So, do me a favor. Can you pick up the shoes you just bought?
The shoes I just bought?
Yeah, the one they're like platform and they have print. You acting like how many shoes have you just bought?
My nigga, right? I ain't really bought shoes in a minute, but I buy everything for the stage though.
Okay.
Nice. Nice.
And that's not the brilliant part. The brilliant part is that he'll rock those with like some basketball shorts.
Shorts.
Yep. Then my main room shoes.
Well, I guess you have nowhere to wear them right now.
Right? So I just be wearing them to the park.
So, Jamar, you're about to go do some shows in July.
Man, so in Wilmington, North Carolina, right? Did you just see that article about them cops who talking about, oh, if these niggers want a race war, then I'm down and I'm ready. And these cops were from Wilmington, North Carolina.
That's right where you about to land.
Nigga, so I hit up the booker and I said, yo, man, I don't know if I really want to go out there and do them shows because I'm a nigger. And then
definition, if you Google it, my face pops up.
And then he was like, no, dude. He was like, no, dude. He was like, please. He was like, trust me. He was like nothing's gonna happen, man. We kicked those retarded people. We arrested those retarded people and this and that and all this stuff. And really, I wasn't really I'm not really scared. Really, my sister's birthday is that weekend and she's gonna have a big ass party and I was looking for a reason to get out of the show. That's the real. Okay.
I've been trying to tell you. I said, just don't do the show. For some reason, he felt this obligation. And I'm like, this sounds terrible. He said something about like the way, like the room that he was supposed to put him up in. They booked him for one night, but not the other night. And I'm like, these are stories we deal with as comedians like all the time. Like we get disrespected by club bookers and owners because they try and save as much money as possible. They try not to pay us properly or whatever. And so I'm like, dude, if you're in the middle of a pandemic and a race war, there's no need for you to do a comedy show at a bar. Just cancel the show. Like, just cancel. And Jamar's like, no.
In the South.
Yeah.
By the way.
In the South. So, yeah.
Well,
that's a comedian, though. That's a comedian right there.
It is, yeah.
Well, my mom also lives out there too, so I was gonna go visit my mom. So I was like, well, I don't want to be cooped up with my mom. Like she is, she's still a little crazy. I should go do some shows and shit. So that was a part of the reason.
Yeah.
It was his escape from his family. That's what he needs to have both, but he needs to be free to go do the shows if things get crazy at home.
Yeah.
Is your sister's party in LA?
It's in LA.
Oh, okay.
So, and that shit gonna be lit, and I know it is. And I'm just like,
is it a social distancing party?
No, it's not a social distancing. Right? Ain't nobody social distancing no more. What are you, crazy?
Wait, can I tell you how stupid the airlines are?
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I flew into, first of all, there's no more direct flights anymore. Understand that. If you're trying to fly anywhere, no, there's no more direct flights. So I had to fly to pass over Ohio to fly into DC. I had to fly to Dulles to then fly back to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And when I got to LAX, they had social distancing, like when you walk in there and, when you check your bags and you check in, they had everybody standing 6 feet apart. When you go through TSA, they had everybody standing 6 feet apart until you kind of get to like where you put your bags and your stuff through the actual machines and stuff. Then it was like, fuck it, just get your stuff through. We get on the planes, packed. Everybody's sitting in there's no spacing, there's no consideration at all. It is a regular flight, fully packed, and I'm like, what was we social distancing for?
Yeah. That was for your peace of mind on the ground. But coronavirus, I don't know if you know this, it doesn't live in the air. So you're fine in the air. But on the ground, stay 6 feet apart. Everybody's 6 feet apart until they think their zone is next, and everybody's creeping up to the door. I think I'm zone 3. Let me just get in here.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, why, if it was that bad, why would they even let flights be happening right now? Because they know they're not following the rules.
It depends on what airline you fly. Because I think Southwest is spacing them out.
Well, that's interesting because Southwest doesn't do anything right.
Yeah.
That's like Spirit. That's like Spirit just getting their shit together.
Right. Like that doesn't sound right. Southwest killed a lady a couple of years ago. She got decapitated on one of their flights. Let's not forget.
I can see that.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why they're taking extra precautions. They can't have any more fatalities associated with their brand. But yeah, I'm just like, and they were saying that they did spray everything down. They were like, we sprayed everything down, and they gave out the sanitizing wipes to everybody when you get on. And I'm like, but you know what? Y'all should have been doing this before pandemics. Like, maybe it wouldn't have been as bad as it was if y'all had been doing this from jump. Like, planes are disgusting. Y'all should have been sanitizing everything from jump. So
it's like when McDonald's says the Big Mac now with real beef, and
you're like,
hey, hold on, what the fuck has been happening? What have we been eating for the last 15 years? Now with beef? Now
I love America, man. America's tight.
Chicken nuggets now featuring real chicken. Real chicken? What the fuck? Our planes are clean now. What the fuck have I been sitting in? It's like, what the fuck is going on?
So, wait, Jamar, for any of my listeners who are in North Carolina, Wilmington, where can they see you perform in July?
I don't know.
Wait, do you think you're going to do it, or are you going to cancel?
I don't even know the name of the fucking place.
But that's such a comedy thing to like, you'll be like, yeah, I'm doing some gig, and you're like, where is it? I don't know. I'll find out like that day, like how I'm going to get there. Right. I don't need any of the information until the day that's actually
paid in buffalo wings.
They're giving me 17 pounds of buffalo wings. Is it real neat?
Fucking retarded.
I
gotta cancel. Let's come up with some ways I can get out of this show.
You need a reason. Like there's Corona. You mentioned that those racists that were down there that are lynching black people. There's that. I think those are two very good. Who?
Bubba Wallace.
Who's Bubba Wallace?
NASCAR. He's a black NASCAR driver.
Oh, the guy that had the noose.
Yeah.
And they found a noose in his garage. He found a noose in his garage and shit.
No.
I thought he found a noose in his garage, like his house garage, but it was like his car garage. He was like,
yeah.
And it was like
in Alabama.
Noose, just chilling.
They
what if that noose actually just had a mind of his own, and it just It just crawled up there itself. It was an enchanted noose.
Did you just anthropomorphize a noose, Jamar?
Yeah. I'm just hanging out.
It just inchwormed its way up to the top of the.
Oh man, we need to make cartoons, guys. We got to make cartoons.
I'm all for making cartoons.
Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace, by the way, is the most incognito name of all time.
Yeah,
right.
no.
I was like,
like
it's like that's a motherfucker who should be driving NASCAR. If either that or he should be hanging nooses in people's garages.
Exactly.
Bubba Wallace.
Bubba, and he's black.
But no, there was Bubba Gump. He's black.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't real.
Look at him. That nigga was retarded.
What about Bubba Sparks? Oh yeah, he was white.
He was white.
He's probably the one put the noose up in there. There can only be one Bubba, and this is my message.
Oh yeah, what about Bubbalicious?
That nigga pink, ain't he? So he white.
Wait, we're going to start wrapping it up pretty soon. This has just flown by, hasn't it?
That was an hour?
Almost, a little bit, but no, that's the last. I'm going to segue into this, and then we'll just talk about this for a second, and then we'll see where we are. It hasn't been exactly an hour, but we're coming up on now. Oh, God. Well, whose podcast is this? Is this my podcast or your podcast? Who asking the questions? No, I'm kidding.
It's, okay. Would you fuck D'Elia? Can I ask you a question? Would you fuck D'Elia, Jeff Ross, or Joey Coco Diaz, or fuck Mary Kill? Fuck Mary Kill. Let's go.
It's D'Elia, Jeff Ross, and Joey Diaz.
Yeah, kill, fuck, Mary.
Fuck. Kill.
Mal, you go first. We'll give Candace time to think.
No, I figured it out already.
Oh, that was
I figured
quick.
it out. Yeah, no, I would kill Jeff Ross. I would fuck D'Elia, and I would marry Joey Coco Diaz.
Why?
Because I feel like, honestly, I don't know Joey well, but I know people that know him well, and they say he is like a really kind person, and he's dope. I mean, granted, he probably has murdered somebody and I know he's definitely been to prison, but I feel like he would provide and take care of me, like women
Right.
I think of him and I think of The Sopranos, and I think of that relationship with Tony Soprano, and I would be his, whatever that chick's name was, his wife. So I picture that, and I'm like, that'll be interesting. Whereas D'Elia, I feel like is a complete, I don't know. I don't think I could control him at all. And I feel like, not like I want to control him, but I think he's just too much of he's all over the place, and he's kind of, could be a sociopath. So there's that. And so I definitely don't want to marry him. So, but I could just have sex with him and be done with it, because he's not unattractive. Whereas Jeff Ross is got none of those qualities. He's not attractive. And I wouldn't want to wake up to him every morning, because who would want to do that? And so
these people are my good friends. You felt the test, and you should have said marry them all. You didn't even know those were options.
But I know two of them, and Jeff has been very nice to me, but I can't speak to what he's done that I don't know of. So
thank you guys for letting me do your podcast.
That wasn't even what.
He's like,
whose podcast is this, Jamar?
Thanks for joining us.
Whose podcast is this? I hate you so much.
What's the final thing? What were you going to say?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that a lot of people know me, that I meditate. And a lot of people don't know that Jamar meditates.
No, I don't. I don't meditate. I don't meditate. That's just something I tell people.
We literally meditated together one day.
I don't remember that.
Okay, he lied. So anyway, Jamar, he meditates, and if you could, I was asleep. If you could, for people who we're in a stressful time right now. So for people who have not tried meditation, can you give them a quick little tidbit about how it helps and what it can do?
Me?
Yes.
Oh.
Why do you like meditating? What does it do for you?
I have a God complex. So it helps me get in touch with that. It makes me think that I'm better than everybody. And man, I tell you, that shit feel good when you think you're better than everybody. When you feel like you glowing, but you really not. You still the same nigga, but you feel like you something higher. I mean, that shit is just priceless. And the ladies love it.
So that's, if you want to meditate for all the wrong reasons, listen to what Jamar says.
Nigga, hey,
What?
do y'all even know how to tie a noose?
What?
No.
Mal, you know how to tie a noose?
Did you learn that they don't teach that in Boy Scouts?
Nah, I learned that shit in the orphanage.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it something you can do quickly?
Yeah, well, it depends on how good you are with your hands. It's like how fast can you tie your shoe?
I mean, quick, but it's.
Well, I don't think anyone's entering any.
And think about this, Mal. You working with one string, so you could probably get it done fast.
I don't think anyone's entering any noose time contest anytime soon. For our listeners that are maybe practicing.
Tell us in the comments, how quick can you tie a noose? Thank you.
Thanks. Wow. All right. I didn't want to.
I don't meditate, but my sister went to India and practiced pranayama, which is like breathing technique.
I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous of her.
So she studied under this guy who's, she said, was like 85 years old, and he'd been doing pranayama for like since he was an adolescent. Like he learned from his elders. So we'll do a few times a week, we'll do pranayama breathing exercises with my sister guiding the breathing. It's like a breathing meditation. Yeah. And I will say it is nice to like clear your mind and only focus on breathing. Yeah. And I've never, practiced meditating or pranayama ever in my life, but I will say 3 days a week, I do feel, clear for a certain amount of time, and it feels nice.
Yeah, I'm telling you, do it, man. It's life-changing.
And you can look up pranayama videos on YouTube. There's like a ton of them.
Yay. Well, thank you for answering Jamar's question for me. Since Jamar went back to nooses, a more pressing issue. Follow Jamar at nooses.com. No. All right. That's it though, guys. We're done. Are we good? Was that fun? Did we get through?
That was cool.
You have a question, Matt?
I just want to reiterate, since we're closing the episode here. If you're wearing a mask and you feel like you can't breathe, pull that shit down and breathe. It's this easy to save your own life. That's all I want to say.
Facts.
My aunt died of a mask. Is some dumb shit.
It's the dumbest.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. And the fact that you are going out in public and saying this out loud makes your family look and sound like trash.
They're embarrassed. Now your family has to lie about how you died so they don't have to be embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed for your family. Also, Candice, is your family putting you in quarantine in this wood room? And you have to stay in there?
This is where I live now while I'm here. Yep, I've got
Tell Anne Frank I said hi. Tell her I can't read, but when I do, I read her little diary thing.
What, Candice Candice, you stay in this den and make sure you vacuum up after you shed your hair. I see the vacuum back there.
Hey, they be sliding their fish heads under the door and shit. Eat that.
But I'm vegan. I don't eat fish heads anymore.
That's the only room in the house where it's locked from the outside and shit.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. Oh wait, so I got a COVID antibody test before I came.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if I had it and if I had the antibodies, which means I wouldn't have to worry about it anymore, but I don't have the antibodies. So, but I don't have the antibodies, so it means I've never had it. But I also figured if I currently had it, wouldn't my body be producing the antibodies now? Is that how that works?
Nah, nigga.
No,
You still at risk.
You have to have it to get the antibodies.
No, that's what I said. If I had it, wouldn't my body be producing the antibodies now?
Yeah.
Right? So when I went to get the test done, hi, Colino. He's such a nugget. I just want to.
He's sprinkling COVID on masks right now.
No, so I went and got the test done on Monday because I talked to my parents. I was like, do you guys want me to get tested? Do you care? They were like, we really don't care. It's not that serious. I was like, I haven't been sick this whole entire time, so I don't think I've had it, or I don't think I have it now, but I'll go get tested. They were like, I said, I have the antibody test appointment. So I was like, I'll go do that. They were like, if you don't have the antibodies, don't worry about it though. Don't feel like you have to get tested. And I was like, that's fine. So I went and did the antibody test. That took 2 days to get the results back. I got the results back and they said negative, but they couldn't do the actual COVID testing there. I had to go to a separate place. Why can you do the antibody testing, but you can't do the actual test for it here? But I'm like, if I had it, wouldn't I have the antibodies? So it means I don't have it, right?
Correct.
You don't have coronavirus.
That means you haven't had it.
But doesn't it mean I currently don't have it? Because I would buy, right. So I wouldn't have to. So now, really quickly, also, with the testing, here's my thing with the testing, is that people that are getting tested, you don't have it, but as soon as you walk out the door, you could then get it. So it's like, anyway, all right.
What?
I'm just, what do you mean what?
What?
You can, if I got tested for it and it said, no, I don't have it, what difference does that make? Because I could walk outside, go to the grocery store and catch it.
Yeah.
What?
So what is the point of even getting tested?
It's too many questions inside of a big question.
It's just too much. It's just too much. Anyway, I'm over it. COVID, we're done with you. We are ready to move on. I wish you would just go away and leave us alone. All right. Jamar, one more time. Where can people find you on social media?
Oh, I was just going to say in real life.
That too. You can say your address if you want to.
Damn, I ain't even got a funny response. All right, just call me. Just hit me up on my number 213-448-3447.
You can see Jamar because I saw the movie. It was on my flight.
You saw John Henry?
I didn't watch it. But it was on my flight. So yeah, if you want to watch a movie, who was the lead in that? It was
Terry Crews and Ludacris.
Yeah, Terry Crews. Two award-winning actors, Terry Crews and Ludacris. Watch John Henry, and you'll see Jamar in that.
Yep, it's exactly at minute 1:13:64.
That's
it's
not
me.
That's not
it's
minute.
Me.
That's hour.
Oh, all right. Hour 1:13:64.
You and Black Jesus.
Yeah, me and Black Jesus.
And what was your social media one more time? Did you say it?
At Jamar _neighbors.
All right. Follow him. And one more time, Mal, where can people find you or unfollow you?
At Mal Hall. Unfollow me at Mal Hall.
Perfect. All right, guys.
Don't watch any of my videos at Mal Hall TV on YouTube.
Perfect. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Till next time, you can find me, Jokes by Candice, on social media. If you haven't subscribed, we're on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. You can watch the videos now. It's on my personal YouTube. I'll start posting that. And rate and review us on iTunes and pay it forward. If you're laughing through quarantine and we're have something to do with that, pay it forward and tell somebody about it. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Later.